afternoon. This is ABBA, Abigail Bible Believing Answers, and I am your host, Dr. Ruby Abigail. Hope you all enjoyed your Thanksgiving holiday weekend and looking forward to a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. As we say at ABBA, we're going to finish our year strong. We went through our series of health and wellness, mental, physical, and spiritual health. And this month, we're looking at relationships. We're doing a series on relationships, whether you be single, dating, engaged, married, divorced, or if you're a widower. You are possibly in relationship, whether it be with your family or you're looking forward to having friendships or even marriage again if you have never been married, or if you are single and never been married, you're looking for maybe starting your family, or if you're engaged, you have set your date and you have a partner that you're hoping to build a life with. So we want to look at those particular areas of our life, because as human beings, we are relationship, if that's the word, because of our Father God, who is a relationship God that wants a relationship with us. We're wired or keyed to also want a relationship, not only with our heavenly being, our Father God, but also with our human counterparts in our community and in our world. And I would like to start off by encouraging you to be a part of our live panel discussion that will be held on December the 19th, 2020, between the hours of 1 p.m. and 3 p.m., where we will be taking live callers that may have questions or concerns about relationships, as well as we'll have a panel, a diverse panel, for its age, for our status, as well as cultural and ethnic diversity. So we would like to discuss and have an open conversation about being singleness. And I just have a few conversation starters, and I would like for you to key in the comment area on some things that you would like to discuss. But these are a few things that I've come up with. And as a single, these are a few questions that I would like to bring to the table. Do you know who you are and like yourself? Is one of the questions. Are you comfortable with yourself and your single status? How important is obtaining education and career before marriage? Are you wanting to be married? Are you practicing celibacy or abstinence? Are you comfortable with attending events as a solo? How do you interpret alone or lonely? How are you accepted by married family and friends? Does your family and friends pressure you to get in a relationship? And how do you process double standards or society pressures? So those are some questions in the singleness category, and these are a few in the dating category, those that are currently dating. What are your standards and expectations in a partner? What are some of the places you go to meet potential partners? How soon after breakup would you get into another relationship? Are blind dates an option? Are dating sites an option? How do you view long distance dating relationships? How important are being equally yoked to you financially, in a career, education, religion, and also in appearance or looks? What are your standards? What are healthy boundaries, or do you have any age limits? And if so, what is your oldest age limits versus the youngest age limits that you would be comfortable with dating? Would you date outside your race? There's a statistic that says that 84% Black men are dating Black females. And what do you think about those stats? Are children a deal breaker for you? How soon do you introduce your partner to your family? Do you take on personality traits of your partner just to be accepted? Those are some questions for our content on dating and dating expectations. Engagement. If you're in the status of engagement or planning to get engaged, these are a few questions to consider. How soon should a couple get engaged after dating? Should engaged couples be chaperoned? Should all couples go through marriage counseling? How long should an engagement last? Should engagement commit and accountabilities be the same as a marriage commitment? So these are some questions for couples that are engaged. And here's a few for marriage. What is your interpretation of a healthy union? How do you interpret gender roles? Would you consider a prenuptial agreement a deal breaker? How important is religion, children, education, careers, and finances? Would you marry outside your race? What are your views on aggressive, assertive, and competitive behavior differences? How can you avoid surface relationships based on trophy and arm candy seekers? Should you have joint bank accounts? What are your most important investments? How do you ensure communication skills are developed, caused growth versus conflict? What are the traits you expect out of your mate? Those are a few questions for those that are married currently. Divorcees. If you're in the status of being a divorcee, these are a few questions. How long should you wait before dating? What are major red flags when dating? What are some healthy tips in getting back into the dating game? How do you avoid the fear of repeating and or blaming things on your ex behavior? Will you be required to justify wanting to date or remarry to your family, especially if you have children? How do you determine property and assets and main living quarters? So those are a few questions for divorcees. And now a few questions for widowers. Grief is love with nowhere to go. That's a quote. And sometimes widowers sometimes could be in a place of grief. And to understand that grief is just love with no outlet or nowhere to go. How long is a healthy grieving period? How do you avoid condemnation and guilt for being happy? How do you handle blended families if you decide to get married again? How do you perceive or how do you preserve the legacy of the deceased spouse without compromising your new relationship? So those are a few questions just to start conversation starters. Again, for those that are single, those that are engaged, those that are married, those that have been married and now divorced, and those that have been married and their spouse passed away and they're now a widower. So I want to leave with you just a few thoughts on the following holy unions: institution of marriage. What do you consider pre-marriage counseling? Very important. What do you think constitutes or are the pillars for the institution of marriage? And how important is pre-marriage counseling to a healthy marriage or a holy union? And number two, how to meet and greet potential dates. Are you safer to meet them through a family or a friend or a coworker, or do-it-yourself classes at a Lowe's or Home Depot, or some kind of cooking class, or different dance groups or community activities? Or are you comfortable with meeting people on social media? There's a lot of social media sites with group content. There's one, www.meetupgroup.com, that has all kind of groups for far as sports, hiking, sewing, cooking, crafts, arts, dance. So whatever activities that you're interested in, though that's one website that you can maybe feel safe if you're not comfortable with social media dating, as in meeting someone, single, that you would rather be in a group setting. So we would like to hear from you and your thoughts on the content for our upcoming discussion. Again, that date is December the 19th, 2020, between the hours of 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. And we will have the ability, you can email your questions in at abigail825.wa@gmail.com. Again, that's ABIGAIL 825.wa@gmail.com. Or you may call in at 1-518-652-7053. With any content, you can send us an email, you can call in, you can send us a text message, or you can leave it on our Facebook page. We're at ABBA Facebook, as well as we have Twitter at B_answers. And we're on Instagram at Abigail825.wa. That's ABIGAIL 825.wa. So the only thing that God said was not good is that when man was alone and didn't have a companion, and so he made Adam a helpmate. So we are in relationships, and we need to know how to be in healthy relationships. So I'm looking to hear back from you with your response. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe. Wear your mask and keep your distance. I know there's a lot of things going on in our world today where they're expecting the virus to surge again. So just keep in mind that it's not being faithless to be cautious. So wash your hands, wear your mask, keep your distance, and stay safe. And be cautious as you're driving and going out shopping this holiday season. God bless you and keep you is my prayer.